Good morning, everyone. My name is Sydney Thomas, and today I will be discussing with you my past internship experiences for my CEM 280 class. An agenda of what I'll be talking to you about today: I will give you a personal introduction to myself, talk about the company I work for and a project explanation, and explain an idea of concept to reality, explain my greatest triumph, and the lessons learned I learned on the project. Again, my name is Sydney Thomas. I'm a junior in construction engineering management at Purdue University. I am also pursuing minors in organizational leadership and real estate. In terms of internships, I have had 2 with Related California. Related California is one of California's largest mixed-income housing developers. For the first internship I did in the summer of 2021, I worked with Related on the 1001 Van Ness project, which was in San Francisco, California. It was a luxury senior living facility with an estimated project value of $150 million. Last summer, in the summer of 2022, I also worked again with Related on the Tasman East project in Santa Clara, California. It is a luxury senior living facility and apartment building being built simultaneously, both buildings. In terms of the Tasman East project, my job role for this project was a project engineer. I interned as the acting PE overseeing plumbing on the MEPF team. Some of the project-specific tasks that I did include, but are not limited to, quantity takeoffs for light fixtures, unit bathroom accessories, and square footage for flooring and wall buyout. I prepared RFIs and submittals for subcontractors during the pre-construction phase, the phase that I was on when the project, and coordinating with Related's internal team, RCC, or Related California Construction, on BIM coordination efforts regarding plumbing, as well as preparing on-site safety checklists for specific safety items such as heat protection, and completely revamping RCC's IIPP, or Illness and Injury Prevention Plan Manual. Today, I'd like to walk you through one of the feats I experienced on the job, the first being how, for me, Tasman turned from concept to reality. A perfect example of this was my work and experience with the Sand and Oil Interceptor, also known as an SOI. During my time on the Tasman East project, I was granted the opportunity to give a presentation on the Sand and Oil Interceptor. I was able to describe the process and the purpose for installing one. I was able to give pros and cons for a cast in place versus a precast system, and actually be able to describe the sequencing that would happen on Tasman's project in the field in real time for the Sand and Oil Interceptor. This presentation, or coordination effort, I like to describe as my greatest triumph on the project. The presentation that I did was completely conceptually based. It described the SOI, or the Sand and Oil Interceptor, from BIM coordination, as well as walked the internal team through the submittal and RFI process to provide clarification on the SOI before it was placed in the field. The reality side of things for the SOI was the submittal approval and the field inspection for the trench that was being dug for the SOI. As the acting project engineer overseeing plumbing, seeing the BIM coordination process to looking at the submittal submitted, talking with the plumbing contractor, as well as the plumbing engineer to confirm the specs for the SOI, and finally seeing it being excavated in the field is one of my fondest memories and greatest learning experiences while on the Tasman project and in any pre-construction phase that I've experienced. Working with the problem from beginning to end, from concept to reality, is something that I had not experienced in my last internship on 1001. 1001, while I was on the project, was in work to complete. I completed punch list items and acted as a project engineer, but did not get to experience the pre-construction phase. I was more in interior finishes, so this was a completely new ball game. I executed the design of the SOI and watched it become a coordination item to an item being implemented and built in the field. Something tangible, something I can see in real time. That moment was eye-opening for me, and hence why it's one of my greatest triumphs. This brings me to a lesson learned while on the Tasman project. The lesson that I like to discuss today is learning by doing. This internship, as I once said before, was a completely new ballgame than the 1001 internship I had the last summer. While I was on the project, Tasman East was in phase 1, which meant demolition to rat slab pour. This meant having lots of coordination and understanding the scope of work, as well as verifying it, as Related is an owner builder. This phase of the project meant having conversations with designers, architects, as well as Related's internal project management team, having conversations with each project manager on each separate team to confirm, verify, and understand the logistics of the site work that was being coordinated in the office and being implemented in the field. To do so, learning by doing is something that I already knew how to do, but something that I actively had to do every day to make the decisions that I made. And those decisions being quick as well. Working with Related, you have to be proactive in being well versed in all scopes of work and being beneficial to the project by the tasks that you are being delegated. This is a little bit of a challenge for me in the sense that it challenged my need and my want for structure and routine. Tasks are not always given when working with Related. You have to initiating them. In fact, initiating shows an eagerness to learn and a drive for the betterment of the project and the betterment and future of Related California construction. As I look back on the experiences and skills that I learned while on the Tasman East project, I am hopeful and confident in returning to the project in the summer of 2023 to further my learning and experience in the construction industry. Again, I thank you for your time and hope that you learned something very valuable out of this presentation. And thank you and have a good day.